more NACL action. And for this second match on the first channel, this was going to be Shrimp Gang against Quetzal eSport, also known as Nova, which is their other name. I'm hyped as hell. 360 no scope for this game number 2.
Yeah, no, this is absolutely going to be hype. Again, we just saw Tribe just absolutely dominate. And now, so now I'm sitting here waiting to see potentially what Misfits does. So this could absolutely start to get crazy. And again, I've just seen so many quick matches. One of these days, this is not like Misfits. Please give me a little bit of hope to go for an actual Vainglory game, please.
It's Nova. It's Nova then. I mistaken that before.
Yeah. Sorry. I was Nova saying Misfits. We were talking a little bit backstream about a couple of different teams here and there, and Misfits were kind of one of those teams. So you see, Nova, please, if you're listening to me, give me a good game to cast. Wink, wink. But again, I don't want to put any really disparaging comments against. I believe it's going to be Shrimp Gaming or the Shrimp Gang. They've been a good team and they've done fairly well for themselves in the NACL. They can actually put up a decent fight, and I'm curious to see how they do against these kind of pro level competition.
Yeah, indeed. Like Shrimp is one of those teams that if you go unprepared, like they can absolutely turn tables around and win the game. So Nova, like I don't know, do we call them Nova or Quetzal eSport? I don't know. What?
I'm just gonna call them Nova, right? They're
let's
Nova.
Call them Nova. Oh, okay, let's do that. Okay, so like Nova, they're gonna have to go in this game prepared, know what they are doing, because if they just have a little bit of hesitation, I wouldn't be surprised if actually Shrimp Gang come and take their win spot. And we're going to be waiting anyways to get into the draft of game number 1 anytime soon. And what do you expect to coming out of Nova? Because we saw a few heroes coming out into this game number 1. Like in this new game, what do you think should come out?
Well, I'm really curious. So I'm waiting for the Crow ban, or not the Crow ban, the Taka ban immediately.
Again.
And then from there, I mean, I don't actually know. I mean, these teams have an opportunity to go basically wherever they want with it. Shrimp's definitely taking their sweet old time with their first ban, given that they've taken 25 seconds to make the imperative first decision.
Yeah, I can't see it. Do you have the draft right now?
Yeah, I have the draft. I have the draft open.
I have the draft link, but I don't have any draft ongoing on it. Really weird.
Mine says that it's in progress, so maybe I'm just insane.
Well, my draft is absolutely empty, so I do not have a good link. They didn't pick anything. Okay, apparently, so they didn't pick anything right now. So draft is a bit empty, unfortunately. We're just gonna try and get into draft. Sorry, we got a little problem with draft links apparently. Or no, just people are not picking actually. So yeah.
All right.
Refresh and everything. Well, it's fine. Like so many heroes, like you said, you talked about the Taka ban. Yeah, should come out instant.
Yeah.
And also, so many heroes. Fortress, we didn't see Fortress last game. Didn't get banned or didn't get picked. And Fortress is a very dominant pick. It's maybe just an EU thing.
No, absolutely not. Fortress is not an EU pick right now. Fortress is probably one of the best engage options because for a lot of heroes, they have that initial engage, but because this is 5v5, there are so many different things that can happen, the crazy things where people just are able to barely get away, and having a secondary engage option like a Fortress or even a primary engage option like a Fortress is such a critical piece to a team to have, and especially when you can have that have a decent amount of damage and dive potential from a captain. You don't see that very often, and he has probably, if not the best dive out of any captain.
Yeah, it turns every hero into a dive potential hero, which is really good when you have that Fortress on your side. So we're going to see if we see indeed a Fortress. And, oh my god, I thought they weren't going to ban, but we do have then the first ban from Shrimp. Going to be the Cruel that just happened last game. It was banned on the side of Arcane, and now we're going to have the Taka ban that you just predicted there, 360 no scope. Not very surprised so far.
Yeah, it's funny because a lot of the pro teams just really don't want to deal with the Taka because the Taka is always that one hero that no one really plays as a hardcore level simply because they view it as a meme pick. But now that it's powerful, they don't want to deal with it because they haven't practiced it.
Yeah, it's one of those heroes that like this is easy to play, but like when you play a good attacker, it's like Saw. Like when you play a good Saw or good attacker, it's really hard to face and play against it. So like banning it is just like the easiest way. Just don't deal with it. Just get out of here. And it's going to be then a first pick Vox that can be flexed almost any lane and any build path right now. So it's very interesting first pick on the side of Shrimp.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see the proc build Fox. So, of course, Nova with their first pick, and I'm curious to see how they start to go with this. Shrimp really hasn't revealed anything with their composition yet. All that they've said is that at the very least, one of their laners is going to be a little bit more forward. Now, I do like this. The Churn Walker Kestrel combo, we've seen pro teams, as we've said before, can go in with Kestrel, but you're also allowing that damage to spread out with Churn Walkers. This is a very skill shot reliant team, and we literally only see 2 picks in, while on the other side for Shrimp, Fortress is picked up.
Yeah, I'm really, really happy. I'm a happy man to see a Churn Walker picked up. He's my favorite hero. He's a little bit like forgotten, unfortunately. But like when you get a 5-man hook and chain up and you can just get so much CC potential down on Shrimp, it's just going to be absolutely godly. So I really hope to see awesome Churn Walker plays coming out on the side of Nova. And then there's going to be the Kestrel pickup here. So a very good Siege comp hero that did come out. And the Fortress then that we were talking about just prior to this draft. So and there's going to be a Celeste and an Aegis ban right off the bat in the second ban part for Shrimp and Nova.
Yeah, so Idris is a funny one because he's kind of fallen off, but you know what? We don't talk about him because he's been banned. But you know who has been picked? That's going to be the Grumpjaw. And Grumpjaw, we do want to talk about him because he is a tanky hero, but he also has a ton of upfront burst. People have been building him with the kind of proc build of old. Let him do immediate damage with a tension bow, then an aftershock, and he just wrecks people right in front of their faces with very, very few items. Now, I'm curious to see where Shrimp is going with their composition, because right now they're a little bit all over the place. They have a decent backline, but they need to start getting those frontline carries. I'd expect like something like a Rona pick right here to really start to get themselves a little bit forward, or something of the sort. Baptiste is an interesting one, but it's still a viable pick.
It's okay, but I like they just pick up then the road on the side of Nova, just denying completely that pickup because Rona like folds in really, really well with the Fortress. But the problem is right now on the side of Shrimp, they have this Fortress that's a very dominant pink we were talking about just before. And like right now, they don't have this comp that like molds into a Fortress type of comp. Like you don't have those dive potential heroes. Don't have like, for example, a Blackfeather or like the Tony that like enjoys being able to dive onto the back lane and like shredding through the enemy team. Right now, that is not going to happen if they keep this draft up at this pace. And it's going to be then a ban alpha.
The alpha is really, really confusing me. I really don't know what the goal with the Fortress is right now, and their comp seems a little bit disjointed. They have a ton of squishy heroes, and right now, Nova can just take full advantage of that. They have Arona, which we've seen DMZ early tonight just absolutely wreck on it. And at the same time, you have Grumpjaw, who, again, still kills squishies almost immediately. The best real defense that they have is a Baptiste. I almost would feel like an Arden is almost completely necessary just to get some peel off. If you can force like zoning CC, things of that sort, to kind of stop the dive coming in from Nova with both Rona and Grumpjaw, you'll be okay. But the problem here is that Nova has a stronger composition, at least in my eyes, and they still have another pick.
Yeah, like I'm going to be following you on that one. Nova has got a very, very powerful comp on their side. And unfortunately, I just think, like, even though the heroes that they picked on the side of Shrimp are good, like, they don't mold in together quite well. And there's going to be a Scarf pickup. Sorry, I do not follow the draft for Shrimp. Like, they do not, like, the coherence right here doesn't work out. So, we're going to have to see how the games go because, like, we've seen Scarf being extremely powerful. So like even more in CA with that build that came out like with the double shatter glass, but like I'm really dubious for Shrimp Gang right here.
Yeah, I am as well. This is really confusing to me, and I actually have no idea what this is about. There isn't great engage from Nova. They don't have anything to really head off their dive, but the problem is that they really don't need to. They have so many people to just pick off one by one. The only real frontline that they have is a Fortress, and he's not the tankiest of supports. This is I feel like this is going to be an absolute uphill battle for Shrimp, and if they win, if they have any hope and chance of winning, it's got to be through the laning phase. They have to use the fact that I guess Nova has a slightly worse laning phase. Like, it's not even that bad.
But like they got very meta comp on like the draft for Nova right here is extreme meta, like extremely powerful picks. The only one that's a little bit out meta, I would say here is the Churnwalker, but like played properly, it can work out extremely well, and you know how good it is when you combo that up with Arona. So I'm really hyped to see how this game is going to go. And like nothing is lost. There's still a possibility for Shrimp to come back into this game, and we're waiting to go into this game number 1 as soon as possible. But like, even though I think what your answer is here, 360 no scope, like who would you give this game over to and why?
Well, I think we have to give it to Nova because Shrimp doesn't have any real tanks. They're going to get shredded by a Reza, literally all four members except for maybe the Fortress. Kestrel will delete people. Grumpjaw's in that same position, and Rona can just spin on top of everyone. The only problem that Nova will have is that they're not going to have anything to really stop any major disengages, but they can just keep diving. There's no reason for Nova to just keep going for kill after kill after kill. The best thing that Shrimp can do to stop a potential dive is really just a Fearsome Shade. That's it. A Fearsome Shade and an Ordained, and that's literally all on whoever's playing Baptiste. So Epic though, Eripic.
I don't know, yeah. Well, we're gonna. Yeah, the thing is, if you put all your peeing potential on only one hero, you know your draft is already a little bit dodgy. So we're gonna have to see. But anyway, we're jumping into this game of Shrimp Gang up against Nova, and like I cannot wait to see what's going to be happening. But unfortunately, this draft is a little bit dodgy for Shrimp Gaming. But well, it's not over. This is Vainglory. Everything is possible until you still have Vain HP on your Vain Crystal. And I cannot wait to get into the game as the charging loading screen is a little bit long right there.
Yeah, it is. I think really what's happening right now, though, is that Shrimp, they're smurfing. So they're giving Nova a chance to see what they can do.
Yeah, they're going a little bit off-board right there. Anyway, we are now on to the Sovereign's Rise for this game. Hyped to see what's going to be going on. And I wouldn't be surprised to actually see Nova go for probably an early invade. They're staying really packed up right now. Interesting.
They're staying packed up. I really want to see that early invade, as you say. Ordained is picked up first from Epic. Yeah, I'm just going to call it Epic. So if he uses this, but he's not even in a 3-man unit. This is just, they're going to abuse the Churnwalker, get the chains down onto Infinity.
Oh, look at
let him run amok.
Yeah, you can see that Eco with those, like, early Churnwalker. It used to get even played lane sometimes. Like top lane, you had Churnwalkers coming out because the damage coming out from those hook and chains is absolutely huge, and it also gives you extra sustain. You're going to see then Nova going for that first Crystal Tree, and they're going to be securing it fairly easily. And there was no counter invade on the side of Shrimp Gang, so that's a huge win situation for Nova.
Yeah, no, that is an absolutely huge situation, and they get their own, and they get to send their Grumpjaw Quetzal in even further. This is, again, as I said, not the best of situations right here already for Shrimp Gaming. Their defenses are kind of weak, like a shrimp.
But how dare you say a shrimp is weak? Okay, we'll have to discuss this after the stream. But anyways, like so far, like you can see already the pressure applied in all the lanes, and Eco just there holding that Channel into the mid lane for the time being. And we're gonna have first blood there, right there. I wasn't looking top lane unfortunately, but you do see there FPG Plays Game YouTube able to pick up the first blood onto Infinity, and this is just the early game phase. Like this is gonna keep going onward.
Yeah, this could absolutely keep going onward. Now, at this point, though, for Shrimp Gaming, you have to think about how are you going to get any potential gains. The best use of that is to find Epic, though, and Blue popping the potion, barely keeping himself alive. So Epic, though, he's got to be the one to make the hero plays, especially in this laning phase, especially in this late game. Just honestly, the entire game, I feel it's really riding on Epic.
Yeah, like, it's going to be very interesting how he's going to play that game because he's got literally all the peeling of his team on his back. If he fails one ability, if he fails the Ordain or the Fearsome Shade, like this could be like this will be game over. But anyway, do you see the engagement with the Truth of the Tooth into this mid lane and the Ordain trying to lock down PogChamp? Unfortunately, that's not going to be. He's not going to be pushed out in any way or manner so far. And like you can see that they're not scared, just no fear, just a fight, just going for the fight. Every situation they have, they're going to try and look for engagement. And you see in the jungle there, Quetzal going into enemy territory, but not scared in any way or manner.
Oh, that was a great pull. And you can just see how much better PogChamp is playing right now against the Scarf. I mean, he doesn't have too much mana, but he's just consistently getting pressure. And the other important thing is that he's getting lane pressure. He's backing. And he can come back even stronger. I'm really looking across all lanes, especially in that mid lane, but also in the top lane. Bully out Infinity as much as possible. You know that Rona can do it. He's already gotten what essentially amounts to a. I guess it was kind of a. He had some help from Quetzal, but he just really just pushing into Samuel.
Look, gonna be caught up 399 damage. Oh my god, he got deleted 2-0 already for Nova. Like that gank, unfortunately, he even had vision, and he backed out way too late. And look at that, also into the top lane. Kills going everywhere on the right so far, and that's going to be a counter kill coming out on the side of Shrimp. But unfortunately, Infinity died while that fight was ongoing. So like so far, you can see like this like possibilities for Shrimp to come back, but unfortunately, they're going to have to play extremely well and flawlessly if they want to try and take this win.
Yeah, well. Again, as I said, it really comes down to Epic, but the other potential is that can you use this fortress? And well, when you're taking turret shots like that, no, not really. Excuse me, arrow shots like that.
Yeah, glimmer shots are raining.
Yeah, no, they are. At least they're getting some return damage, but it's really just how long can you hold on to this mid lane? Because once this mid lane opens up, oh, Bluer, so close. But once you open up the mid lane, everything back up to possibility.
There's going to be another kill there. Truth of the Tooth is going to be able to secure there. Azra bail that kill onto that Kesho on PogChamp. So that's going to be a 1-to-1 taken down for both sides. And you see into this top lane, looks like we got Quetzal just trying to help a little bit on that lane. But like Infinited so far, he's already back. He's got his back to a wall, and he's like he can't do very much right for now at least.
No, he can't. Really, right now, there is a bit of a skirmish. And Epic though, oh, he's trapped.
Epic taking him way too much damage. He tried to trap FPG plays games, but unfortunately he got trapped himself.
And Echo finding the solo kill in the mid lane against Azura, literally with just change. This is the captain on captain warfare. Call that animal abuse.
And you look at that Infinity, he's on his own. Are they going to try and engage him? Oh, that hook and chain connected. I thought they were going to try and dive him. But Infinity's trying to pick off the fight, but unfortunately, they're going to dive it. They're going to go 3v1, and Infinity's going to get deleted in the blink of an eye. Absolutely. Like, he's gone. He's a goner, and they're going to try and push this first turret fairly easily. Not a lot of a counter right there since Zero Bail, but unfortunately, he's not going to do much.
Yeah, but look at how much damage Quetzal's doing already. He had a weapon infusion, and he has a tension bow built. He's dealing for 300, 200 at the very least on every single basic attack. And especially as he starts to work towards his aftershock, he's just going to become more and more of a super tanky, heavy burst threat as he looks to take down this mid lane.
Yeah, oh, look at that. You see Quetzal, he's rotating slowly towards that bot lane. Epic, unfortunately, very low so far, but Quetzal just going to be dashing the wrong way around. It's fine, watch your kill coming out. Going to be finishing Epic though, and you got the stuff coming out, going to be comboed up with the detonator from FPG. That's going to be 2 kills. Going over once again to Nova, 10-2. So far, so good for Nova.
Oh yeah, by the way, they found 2 other kills, and they've got the rest of Shrimp Gaming up in the mid lane. They're going to be able to chase them because Shrimp Gaming just cannot go home. They cannot port. Blur either needs to make the most insane outplay I've ever seen, or he's going to die.
Quetzal there going back in. He's gonna have his Hungry coming up very soon. Try and share that damage onto Blur. You've got the hook and chase coming out. He's gonna be pulling back. Where's the Torment? Does he have the trespass up unavailable? I do not think he's gonna have to use it there because Blur is gonna be a goner, and Azura Bell should be followed up fairly soon. Unfortunately, the healing flask coming out just on time, and Quetzal pulling the day a bit too fast. He's gonna be caught up by FPG Plays Games.
Yeah, just walk the dog, deliver him to the Rona. The Rona, I guess, just, eats dogs. Takes that kill. It's 13-2. This is a bit of a stomp, just slightly, a tiny bit. So we're looking really now to where really Nova can start to push even further. Where do they want to? What objectives do they want to go after? Ghostwing obviously is a priority. The other option is always just group up, go mid, try to take that first turret down. But the problem is that right now, one more shot to take that down, and should be able to get away.
So 1-1 kill missed. Unfortunately, Quetzal trying to get away. He will be doing so. Now, that's it. He's a goner. Goodbye, Blue on Epic, though. And now he got that red mist going round. Trying to get the kills. Unfortunately, not going to be able to do such. He's under turret. He's going to try and pick off a 1v2 situation. It's a bit complicated. He's coming back in. Is this Yenjo from last game? Probably not. But anyways, he's doing a really good job so far.
Alright, FPG, I think he's kind of slightly trolling. Oh, okay, PogChamp. Making me PogChamp. But yeah, no, FPG trolling around just a little bit. I think he's just having fun, turret diving literally everyone. Push the lane is PogChamp, and really this is just how we expect things to go. Really, other than FPG, everyone's playing pretty safe. They're not looking for anything.
600 damage there. Where's the hungry Quetzal trying to get the last shot onto Epic, though? Should be coming up very soon. I look at that once again. 500 damage on the hungry. He's going to use the stuff there to try and help out again, and he's just going to give it back to Eco. Just pull him back, and that's going to be 2 kills going over to Sodom Nova. What's like? I do not see how in any way or manner Shrimp Gang can come back in this game.
Yeah, I really don't either. Really, the best way to think about things is get a couple of kills. They can find Nova, and they're able to. So now it's just how do you survive Quetzal? If you can take this gold, do something with it, which, yeah, they're not going to be able to. Blur goes down.
Blur unfortunately goes down. That was that was a sealed fake. And Azorbill trying to get away. Unfortunately, he doesn't have that escape potential. He was trying to do something smart, trying to dive onto Ghostwing with that Truce of the Twos. Unfortunately, that will not be working out for him.
Yeah, so now really, I'm just waiting for Nova to see what they do now. Look towards the Ghostwing, or potentially push the mid lane. Those are the two things that I really would be looking to do right now. Nova just, again, they're playing things so passively. They don't really want to force anything. They don't want to give anything over. And I honestly think this is smart, but eventually you gotta wonder how late does Nova want to take this.
And you're going to have to see that Blor trying to, Blor just does no damage. At this point of the game, you should see a Scarflight dealing tons of damage when he connects those Spitfires. But it's the complete opposite way as PogChamp with those Glimmer Shots is doing an absolutely awesome job. And do you see that Quetzal going through the wall, picking up the kill on Blor, again, absolutely deleted. Infinity trying to pick up a fight, but he's just taking 400 damage to the face every single Glimmer Shot. And taking it again, Infinity. You have to respect the damage. You cannot go up front against PogChamp, or you will go and be going down in a blink of an eye. 1 shot, 1 kill. What do you expect? What do you expect? Nothing else really. Just PogChamp just dealing so much damage that the siege potential of Kestrel is just absolutely huge in 3.2.
Yeah, no, and while you're watching the fight in the mid lane, I'm sitting there watching in the bot lane, and so 2 kills picked up for FPG and Echo. They're going to be able to take this turret down, but just a split push. They're basically winning every single lane. They've got 2 in the bottom, 2 in mid, and FPG is just going to be able to take this top turret. So now Nova's starting to turn it, and now they're looking for more objectives. They're getting bloodthirsty. They've got a freaking 16k gold lead. They literally have over 1,000 gold, or they have like over 1,000 gold over their opponents per minute. That's actually insane. And now we just see FPG pushing even more. He wants the armory.
He's trying to get the armory. I think he might be able to get it because there's only Azubel up against him, and he might even try and pick up the kill there. He's doing a really good job, going to use it into the fray. Unfortunately, Azubel will be able to go back to his base on time. And now FPG plays, even though he's doing a really good game so far, he might have to respect the damage output from Shrimp Gang, but he's still going wild. Going to get the red mist, going to use his healing fast. Unfortunately, he's taking way too much damage there. He might be going down. He will be going down to the Scarf Burn. And now they're going to try and get a second kill. That's going to be 2 kills going back over to Shrimp Gang. Now, that shows that they can do something with that draft, but unfortunately, it's going to be really hard to pull off.
Alright, so I was saying that I didn't really see a way for Shrimp Gang to come back into this. That's exactly how you do it. You find those kind of subtle picks, those 1 versus like 3s or 4s, but all
one shot kill.
How you do it. Not how you do it at all.
Yeah, now you did have the fearsome J there connecting with like Quetzal and FPG doing a really awesome job to try and take down this chokehold turret. Like that dash, 648 damage. What? Tell you what, Quetzal there trying to probably wants to try and dive Infinitum. You have to respect the damage. You do have that Crystal Sentry, the Vainglory. The Vein Crystal's still focusing you down. He's going to pop the healing fast though, and now FPG's coming back as a rescue savior. And everything's happening so far. Like the synergy on taking down these objectives on the side of Nova is just so well. Like this fight all over the place.
You know, there are fights actually everywhere. Nearly every lane is at least somewhat pushed. And this is really where that kind of strategic part of Vainglory comes in.
They're going to have to cut you off, unfortunately. Do you have the order in there locking down a little bit? Chumulka is going to be able to get a 2-man CC with that trespass. Unfortunately, that will not be enough to save his own life. Infinity going down to the 600 damage. Glimmer shots from PogChamp. And now he's going back in. He's in the enemy base. But he does not care. But he shut off because he's now dead, boy.
Alright, so more defense. You do still have to worry about FPG up in this top lane. So he's gonna be able to take down that he's gonna be able to take down the armory and
FPG doing such a nice work there. That was the first also armory going down, as you did just mention that. What? Oh my god, he's only was 8 stack on this breaking point, and he just done monster damage right there. And they might even try and look for the end of the game, but is any FPG plays game just actually trying to end the game? Do you have the Atlas Cauldron connecting, able to slow down with that 400 damage down by tick of the Red Mist ultimate from FPG plays? That was like his damage output is just absolutely huge. 700 damage. He is 25 stacks on the breaking point. Do not pick a fight. You're gonna go down. And look at that Scarf. Didn't listen. He's going down. That's a triple kill. Are we gonna be seeing the first pentacle of NACL? I do not know, but look at that so far. He's going back in. He knows no limits. He has no limits, no boundaries. He's going wild so far, but now he's going to have to respect a little bit the damage output. He's going to be calling it a day and backing out to basement. He's an absolute monster.
Yeah, no, he absolutely is a monster. I mean, we've seen just runners for both games tonight go absolutely insane. The interesting thing here with FPG though, he hit freaking 25 stacks with a level 12 infusion. Like, what do you do against this? He's got so much sustain. He's hitting you for 400. Actually, he's hitting you for literally 500. Oh!
Like, talking about 400, that's nothing. 882, man. Like, that one-shot, one-kill was absolutely brutal by PogChamp.
Yeah, no, that was brutal. You get to see here, Nova, it's really funny because, again, they're just playing so passively. They don't want to get any opportunities. We've seen that Shrimp Gaming can find a couple of picks if given the opportunity, but now I think Nova's just really going to start to go for the chokehold. They're going in for this fight. There you go.
3v2 Infinity already extremely low in the fight, only just started. Stuff does connect onto the fortress. He's going to just spin out right away. And Monster doing some fair amount of damage right there, able to pick up Eco. They're going to go as far as possible, but look at that PogChamp just marking down his territory, said you do not cross this line. 1-shot 1 kill coming out, does not connect unfortunately. And do you have well that time, a little split push by FPG trying to push down this choke point turret, but he didn't find any for the time being.
You know, they weren't able to find anything, but this is, again, still a waiting game for Nova. They're also starting up the Black Claw, and that's going to be finished relatively soon. At the very least, that Black Claw will finish the game, along with the coordinated push. Unless Shrimp Gaming can find some picks like right now.
Yeah, they're going to try and pick it up. Like PogChamp right now, he's a sitting duck. Like, if they're able to focus him down and lock him down, he cannot go away. But unfortunately, he's just marking his territory, as I just said. Like, 1-shot 1 kill goes down. Almost a 1-shot on Infinity. He is not even full build. He only has a Shatter Glass, a Broken Myth, and a Clockwork. If he had already 4 items, he would have got that 1-shot already. It was only a 1-shot 1 kill. As you do see, FPD, they're trying to pull off the back door. I do not know really what he's trying to pull off here. Just trying to be a little bit of a distraction as the Black Claw did get taken down by Nova. He will be using the detonation to get away from this crew of Vein Crystal. And right now, like, it's a 3-man push with that Black Claw. 1-shot kill connects 1,000 damage on this Kestrel. Doing absolutely got a play so far. The snipes are absolutely real. Gets up there, get the stuff onto Monster. Trying to get away. There's going to be a double kill coming out onto this rider by FPG Plays Games. And so far, Black Claw still hitting hard onto this Vein Crystal. Unfortunately, this will be GG for Nova, doing an absolutely awesome game. Even overstepping a little bit, I think it was just a little bit off troll, but that's going to be
No, Azure Ball 1v4, do it.
Unfortunately, I do not think like that's going to be the ace. This is GG for Nova.
Yeah, that is definitely GG for Nova. So, yeah, I feel like Nova could have ended that like 10 minutes ago. 7, okay, fine, maybe not that, like 7 minutes ago, 5 minutes ago, something around that mark. But you know what? They're being nice to their opponents. They're letting them kind of stall it out for a little bit longer, but still such an absolutely dominating performance from Nova from start to finish. Their draft was absolutely perfect. Their gameplay from start to finish, again, same thing, phenomenal. They didn't lose a turret. That is quite impressive.
Yeah, like they've done so well. Like all the lanes got pushed at the same time. When a turret went down, the two other turrets on the two other lanes went down. So you can see like a lot of synergy. When they're doing something, they do it together. So that's something that Nova, like people are gonna have to look out for. Is when you play against Nova, their synergy is on point. So if you do not have that much synergy, if your rotations are not that good, they will take the win. So you must work on those rotations as much as possible. But that's going to be game for Nova.
Yeah, no, that is going to be the game for Nova, and so that's going to be the last game that we're going to deal with for tonight.
Yeah, indeed. That was then Shrimp Gang against